Prescriptivism is the poison in the gene pool that ends up killing the first fish who would dare walk on land. It's the poacher who puts a beloved keystone species through a genetic bottleneck. It's an undeniable evil, stunting the growth and evolution of language, the very thing it's committed in the name of. Linguistic prescriptivism is the belief in a standard language, that how we speak and write should be regulated by rules like grammar and syntax and spelling for it to be socially usable and acceptable. Well, the English language has never had an official regulator. New words are added to the dictionary yearly by Oxford and Merriam-Webster by some people who we all agree are quite good at English, and academic writing and grammar is usually policed by formats like MLA, APA, or Harvard. However, one of the things that these institutions are remarkably bad at, accepting Merriam-Webster for the most part, is how people actually use language. Especially since the advent of the internet, which made writing something so trivial that most of us don't bother with grammar half the time, we've begun to develop our own way of speaking and communication that's nigh incomprehensible to outsiders. Like, I don't know, my grandma. Here, we're going to analyze a Twitter conversation about the movies Monsters vs. Aliens between me, my friend Karen, and Karen's friend Adi. And in case you are my grandma, I'll provide a translation on the side. One of the first things you might notice is that the translation is not necessarily one-to-one. There are breaches of grammar and slang abundant, but they mean far less to me than the capitalization and the filler words that are thrown in. For example, the fact that none of my words are capitalized shows that I'm taking a stance of non-aggression, which contrasts directly with my words and Karen's reaction to them. I throw on meaningless phrases like, and I'm pretty sure as references to pop culture where stereotypically nerdy characters use similar vernacular when having conversations as a way of showing that the conversation we're having is nerdy and that my position is honestly irrelevant. Adi chooses to play along using another phrase associated with the trope, actually. She chooses to capitalize these words to take on a more aggressive approach. To say, get your facts straight, and putting the emphasis on the word facts, she's calling into question my credibility. But to show that she's still joking and that she doesn't actually mean to offend, she replies to me through Karen's above message. This is a show of defensiveness, and since I don't know Adi as well as I know Karen, I decide to back off with my next post admitting incorrectness. Heck, you right. To me, though, the most interesting of my interlocutors is Karen. When I correct Karen on the name of Seth Rogen's character in Monsters vs. Aliens, her response was, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." But the way she chose to type it is what interests me. Instead of, "Oh God, I'm so sorry," she typed it as, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." This is a sentence that is nearly unintelligible when spoken aloud. However, when read, the meaning is almost instantly clear. In common internet parlance, keyboard mashing is usually used to denote frustration, excitement, or really any extreme of any emotion that goes beyond the usual emphasis shown by capitalization. It's a fascinating phenomenon that, to me, seems like it could break whatever could be considered the internet's fourth wall. You could be having a conversation with a perfectly erudite stranger and forget, in some capacity, that they're not just an anonymous entity. It forces you to remember that on the other side of the conversation, wherever that is a human being, just like you, with a keyboard just like yours, and emotions also just like yours. So, when Karen breaks up a statement like that with spaces and misspellings, deconstructs the words themselves within the sentence, it conveys a raw emotion and meaning that's difficult, if not impossible, to achieve with the current limits imposed on our language by people like the MLA and Harvard and all of those strange nerds on their high horses we've all decided are really good at English. What we're witnessing here, in this short discussion about a 10-year-old movie with a 6.5 out of 10 rating on IMDb, is the evolution of language, a powerful image of how our generation can alter the definition of words and phrases to convey unprecedented emotion merely by flouting grammatical maxims. This is the beginning of a new world order ordained by the internet and the rapid ascension of the information age. What you're witnessing here is the future. Which is why, Professor Valance, I believe I should not be marked down for having written "That's how it is on this bitch of a planet" shrug emoji on my dissertation. Thank you.